Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is slightly different to what I usually do. There's been so much in the news this week concerning the Broads area that I thought, well, I'll do a roundup of everything that's been of interest. Of all the things I show you in this video that made it to the news, bizarrely, this didn't. This is Reedham Water in Great Yarmouth. And I've actually got here as the tide is going out. But even then, it was almost at the top of the flood barrier. Huge thank you to the person who alerted me to that, because otherwise I'd have had no idea. We've had a flood alert for a spring tide in the week and this weekend, and flood reports have doubled in the space of a year after the storms battered the county. Flood wardens have been on standby at Potter Heigham, helping Herbert Woods with their flooded car park, and also to stop Latham's from becoming flooded. There has been flooding in the shop. They've always stayed open, and now they're at a point where most of their car park is just underwater. Earlier in the week I put a video out showing you that Herbert Woods car park was totally underwater and that the water was almost up to the top of the flood barrier. They've got the pumps working, trying to get rid of the water, and you can see that the flooding has gone down considerably here, so the pumps definitely are working. I've stopped here just to show you how high the boats are sitting in the water. Look at that one just behind. Look how high that is. Incredible, really. As I drive you down to the end here to look across the marshes, you can see it's still submerged under a vast volume of water. You just think, when will it go? When will this all end and be over? 6 weeks it's been flooded. Also in the week, it was reported that the ferry inn was finally able to open. I just tried to get down the road to it to show you, and it's totally underwater again. There's no way I can even get onto the road to take you down to show you the pub. It's that bad, the flooding again. So the poor people at the pub. I'm still in Horning. The road is flooded here. I'm just waiting for those pedestrians to get past the water, so that when I go through, I don't then drench them all. They did realise what I'd done, why I'd waited, and gave me a wave thank you. While I'm here, we'll just have a little look down by the river, shall we, and see if there's been any overtopping there. In the write-up that goes with this video will be all the newspaper articles that I'm reporting on, what they reported on. So there'll be links to all of those, as I say, in the write-up. So if you want to read any further details, because I'm only just really telling you the headline, which is very brief. So I'm just going to leave Horning now, and we'll go to Wroxham next and see what the flooding's like that was across the road. The water's high in the river, but it looks like a lot of the flooding that was severe here has gone down. I think I'll just sit here and wait for this other car. Since I filmed here, I've since discovered that the traffic lights on that road weren't working, so it was absolute chaos apparently. Just as well I came this way. So I thought, well, we'll go this way instead. Have a look at all the autumnal foliage. Mind you, not many leaves left on these trees. On the left is the car park for Salhouse Broad, where I was the other day. Wood Bastwick now, and that's the Fur and Feather, and Woodford's Brewery for cider. Wood Bastwick is a beautiful little village. The entrance to the Wood Bastwick estate. I'm just going to go down Broad Road and I'm going to see if the nature reserve is open, the Boardwalk. The water's been so high that I think in places the boardwalk had been flooded, so it's closed, or it was. I don't know if it's open now, so we're going to have a little look. I'm not getting out and walking around it. I just want to purely see if it's reopened. It's in here on the left, the entrance, and the gate is still closed. And the sign says Boardwalk closed. So that answers that, doesn't it? I'll have to wait a bit longer. Ranworth Staithe has made the news also. There's going to be upgrading to the water points. They're going to be doing one at a time with new hose reels and connections. I'm guessing those red barriers are something to do with it, but really I've no idea and I'm just guessing. As I've spotted a couple of cruisers, I think I'll just stop here a couple of minutes and watch and see if any others are arriving. In fact, in the distance there is another one, look. Also in the news is this community pub, the White Horse, which is in Upton. They've made a loss of over £39,000, so their future is uncertain. But fingers crossed, everything will turn out okay for them. It's been reported that the Ram Inn in Brundall has closed, so another pub on the Broads has gone. I often film at St Benet's Abbey, on the marshes there, and other people had spotted a very colourful parrot, usually only found in Australia. But luckily it's been recaptured and is now back with its owner. Other places have featured in the news this week, but it's impossible to go around filming everywhere because there's rather a lot of different items, that have made the news. Also is RSPB Strumpshire Fen, that's closed due to flooding. There was the awful erosion and road collapse at Hemsby. I have filmed the road which has collapsed. I filmed it a couple of years ago, so at the end of this video will be the link to that one. I felt it rather insensitive to go there today and film the road which is now lying on the beach. That just doesn't seem the right thing to do. Homes in the area were without power. Whether that's now been resolved, that issue, I don't know. Apparently it's going to get rather cold, with temperatures going down to -5. In the past, in January of this year, it was -6, and I still went to the bird hide and filmed there. It's all about wearing lots of layers of clothes and keeping warm and hot drinks and things like that. So you can still get about and do things if you really want to. It's just if the snow arrives, then it makes things more tricky. It's not just up here in the northern rivers that's affected. The River Yare, the spring tide caused it to burst its banks at the Reedham Ferry. So poor Reedham Ferry has to keep stopping and starting. If the tide's too high, they can't operate. Beccles has also been badly affected. In fact, I don't think there's anywhere within the Norfolk Broads network that hasn't been affected. The saline barrier at Potter Heigham has been raised all weekend, and that's to protect the fish from the salt surge. What a week it's been. Hopefully this coming week will not be as chaotic and busy. But of course, if there's any more news and you will want to hear about it, then I'll make another video next Sunday for you. Let me know what you think in the comments. It's the first time I've done this sort of video, so it is a bit hit and miss, I will admit. It's not easy, actually. You'd think it'd be easy. I could just look through the newspaper and tell you everything. But it doesn't actually work like that. Anyway, if you've enjoyed it, please let me know by giving it a like. Feel free to share as always. And please subscribe to me if you haven't already done so. Thank you all for watching. Take care of yourselves. Stay warm. And I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.